Are you kidding me? Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Listen up. All right, my computer should load in a second. You don't have to worry about the date. It is the 26th. Okay. So what we're learning today is kites. Okay. So this is gonna be kind of like the trapezoids, but this isn't online. So we're gonna do a lot on paper for this. Okay. So this is gonna be like a guided notes for today. Okay, but a kite is a type of. So what do the interior angles? What are they gonna add up to equal? They're gonna add up to equal 360. Okay. So all quadrilaterals add up to equal 360. Okay, so this is going to be very similar to the trapezoid. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this first kite. Now, I know it's just not on my board, but you have it in front of you. Okay, and I'm hoping this should connect in a second. But we have this kite right here. What do we know right away about the kite, other than it has a 76-degree angle? Yeah. There's two pairs of equal sides. Perfect. There's two sets of congruent sides. Okay. So if you could see, here we go. BA and AD are going to be congruent, and BC and CD are going to be congruent. So there's two sets of congruent sides. That's going to happen on every kite. Okay. With there being two sets of congruent sides, okay, there's also going to be just a set of congruent angles. Okay, so if we have this angle of B right here, we can just name it by one letter because it's just one angle where B is. Okay, and that's going to be 76. All right, you notice how it's in between the two different types of congruent sides. Okay, that's where one of the angles is going to be, and then the other angle is also going to be in between the two different sets of congruent sides. So if it's 76 up here, what's our angle going to be down here? It's going to be 76. Okay, 76 degrees. Okay, perfect. All right, seem pretty easy on that? Now, let's go to number 2. Okay. Now, we have two angles, all right, and we need to find L. Let's go ahead and find M as well. How can we figure out what the value of M is? Yeah, it's in between the two different sets of congruent sides, so this is also going to be 85. Okay, perfect. Now, angle J and angle L are not congruent, okay, but how can we figure out how to solve for angle L? Yeah. No, 360. Yeah, so all the angles add up to equal 360, so we can just do 85 plus 85 plus 72 plus x equals 360. Okay, so we add those numbers together. So what's 85 plus 85 plus 72? So we have 242 plus x equals 360 minus 242, and x equals what? 118 degrees. And there is our angle. Okay? Go ahead and do 3 and 4 on your own. Now, 4 is a little different, but I want to see if you can figure that out. Work on the kite. It's not always vertical because if it was flipped, it wouldn't be vertical. But just see how these are two different sets of congruent sides? And then these are two different sets? It's the angle in between those.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, do you have your trapezoid worksheet?
Because I was sick that night, so I haven't done any work because I've been sick.
But that was on.
Thursday. I know. Actually,
Okay.
it's okay. Mine's getting better. I've like.
Keelan, why do you have the out? The money?
Because I put it in my phone case and my phone's up there.
Oh, okay.
So is it just?
I was like, did I not?
I was gonna ask why.
So is it just
How do we know if it is an angle bisector? How do we know?
Well, we'll talk about it, but yeah.
So why does Matthew find cash for us?
Because I just said when they come in, just grab it.
I thought so. You know, I thought so.
Yeah. Okay. The volume's picking up, so I'm assuming you guys are done. So let's go ahead and look at number 3. Now, number 3, in order to solve for this one, okay, we need to figure out the angle of R. What's our angle of R going to be? Yeah, it's going to be 110. Then how do you figure out what the value of S is? We add them all up. Plus X equals 360. Okay. When we added those together, what did we get? And we subtract 302. X equals what? 58 degrees. There we go. Perfect. Now, let's look at number 4. This time we have a line. Okay? So we got to figure out what the other half of our angle L is. Now, sometimes we're going to have perpendicular lines in these kites. Okay? So sometimes we're going to see a line like this. Sometimes we're going to see a line like this as well. Okay? This kind of, when we think of a kite, I feel like this is what a kite looks like. It has those lines in the middle. Okay? What happens for these, okay, so listen carefully on this, is these are perpendicular bisectors. So what that means is all these angles on the inside are going to be 90 degrees. Okay? Because for the kite, they're perpendicular bisectors. This is just good to know. So you can draw it on this first one, or on number 4. Huh? Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. Now, you don't have to, but I'm just helping you visualize it, but I would recommend it. Now, one of these lines is going to be an angle bisector. One of them is not. Okay? The one that is an angle bisector is the line that splits the angles that are not congruent. Okay, so if I were to get rid of this line here, okay, it's going to be this line because J and L are not congruent to each other, okay? But this line is going to split that in half. So if this angle is 45 right here, what's this angle of the other angle of L, okay? That's going to be 45. Now, if there was a line between K and M are congruent, correct? Okay, but this line is not going to be an angle bisector. Okay, so that's important to know. What do you mean?
Because if this K equals M and
K equals M, but that doesn't mean that this angle is going to equal this angle.
Oh,
okay. Okay. So those different values of K are going to be, they're going to be different values, those angles. Now, pay attention because you'll see questions like this later. Now, what if I said, find this angle, K, of LKM, this one? Anyone have an idea of how we could find this angle?
Oh my gosh.
How did you get that? It is 45. But how do we know that? Yeah, listen to Jordan. Yeah. When we have these perpendicular bisectors, it creates 4 triangles. And what do the interior angles of a triangle equal? 180. Okay? So if this is 90 and this is 45, we just do 90 plus 45, subtract that from 180. So this angle will be 45. Okay? Just know that for later. Good job. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and look at number 5. Okay? We're going to add a little bit of algebra now. Now, what did we just talk about? Are P, angles P and R, are they congruent? The whole angles of P and R? No, they are not. Okay, they are not. So, is this an angle bisector? It is an angle bisector, okay? So then how do I set this one up to solve it? Yeah, Rebecca? We would set them equal to each other. Okay? Hey, let's do this. Right there. Everyone paid. Okay, so on this one, I need to subtract 46 over. And what does that leave me with? Equals what? 0. Okay? Well, divide 2 over. What happens when we do 0 divided by 2? We get 0, so our x equals what? 0. I was actually writing y. Don't ask why, but I was. Thank you. No, Alright, I want you to try 6, 7, and 8 on your own with your partner. 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8. 6, 7, and 8.
42 equals 2.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackson. The line? This is amazing.
Yeah, that's the line.
Like this part
Yeah.
equals 42.
Yeah.
So how does that help us?
And then JP. This is J. This is going to be in half. JP is half of RP. On number 6, JP is going to be half of RP. Okay. Yeah.
Do you just do 11 plus x times 2? Because like this one and this one are equal to each other.
Yeah, you can do that. But make sure when you multiply times 2, you multiply everything.
What? Wait, but how? Because you have to x, and x is equal to this.
So I think we just have to add.
Not just X.
Wait, wouldn't it be plus 2x?
No. No, not just X. That's what I'm saying. But what do we know about those two angles? They're congruent. So if one of them is 111 plus X, then what's the other one? Yeah. I know.
Yeah, you just cancel.
Yeah. You just cancel. What?
No, not cancel. You like.
Yeah. Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense
Yes, it does.
at all.
Which one?
All of them.
Did you even try?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Number 8, you can figure out number 8.
No, I can't. What am I supposed to do? I don't.
Oh my gosh, yes. 8 is excellent.
Huh?
So 8 is easy.
Yeah. No, you're missing something. What about this angle of P? What does that angle of P equal?
X.
No.
P?
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
What are you saying?
I thought you were clarifying. It was P.
Oh, 90?
Yeah, because it's congruent. So yeah, you're right with 180. Because remember I said it's in between the two opposite.
Oh.
So that's these two.
Okay, gorgeous. I just didn't know those were
They don't equal each other. Wait, is it plus 70 degrees right here? So 90. Wait, you got 240. Wait, but no, I'd subtract it. Oh, yeah,
All right, take like one more minute to finish, and then we will discuss all three of them.
Okay, you gotta do that.
There you go. Now do the other one. Do number 7. It's just like that. Look at your own paper.
Hey, I was checking to see if I got it right.
You said to work together.
Well, yeah, but you can ask.
I just saw I had to see if I got the answer right. I did.
Is it the same thing?
I have no idea.
Is it the same
I'm
thing?
not the head coach. I don't know.
Is it the same thing?
I just know as much as you guys do. Huh? Which one? What two angles are congruent? Yeah. Okay, so if P is 111 plus X, or yeah, plus X, then what's angle X? They're congruent. This is confusing because the angle is also X. Let's imagine this is angle. Oh, did I say angle P? Let's imagine this is A, okay? Let's just call it A. So what two angles are congruent here? V and A, okay? So V is 111 plus X. A is also, yeah, because they're congruent, so it's the same value.
What are we trying to do?
This variable. So what do you add all this together and equal it to?
Look at all
To
the
360.
mental math
To
you did.
360.
Yeah, because it's 360 and then it's 2x, so then it's, you know, like divide.
Boom. Yeah, there you go. Good. I don't know the answers off the top of my head, but we'll go over them. Okay, let's go ahead and discuss these. Okay, turn around. Huh? Are you not getting it, or are you just not trying? Okay. All right, let's listen. Turn around, Adam, please. Adam, turn around. Okay. It says RP is 42. That's going to be this whole length right here, okay? So that whole length is 42. All right, JP, which is just half the length, is 2x minus 3. How are we going to set up this one in order to solve? If JP is 2x plus 3 minus 3, what's RJ going to be? It's also going to be 2x minus 3. Okay, so if I were to add this together, we have 4x minus 6 equals 42. Okay, you add 6 over, or you could have divided 42 by 2. 4x equals 48, and x equals what? There we go. Okay, I'm just going to scroll down to 8 because it's just going to be easier for me to get to that. Did you not get it? Okay, this one. What two angles are congruent? P and R. So if R, what values are? We're at this box right here. 90. So if R is 90, what's P? It's also 90. So now that we have all the angles, so what do we do in order to solve? We do 70 plus 90 plus 90. Hey, and equal that to 360. Okay, so if I add all those numbers together, what do I get? 240 plus, or 240 plus 12x equals 360. I'm going to subtract 240 divide by 12, x equals 10. Okay, so you just need to figure out which two angles are congruent in order to help you solve. We talked about that earlier. It's the two angles that are in between the two separate congruent sides. Now, let's look at 7. All right, I know we just did 8, but we need to do 7 still. What two angles? Let's say this is angle A, to not confuse us because there's two x's. What two angles are congruent? V and A. So if V is 111 plus x, what would angle A be? It would also be 111 plus x. Okay? So on this one, you would do the same. You would just add everything. So 65 plus 73 plus 111 plus x plus 111 plus x. I keep mixing up my pluses and x's. And then equaling that to 360. When you do that all together, we get x equals what? 0. Okay, when you add all those together, you add up the numbers, those equal 360. Okay, so x is just going to be 0. So the angle value of V and A are both going to be 111. To make you solve.
Oh my gosh, you're so mad.
Okay, here's what I'm going to have you do. Okay? What you're going to do with the partner you're sitting by right now, you're going to solve just 9 and 10. So solve 9 and 10. You both need to solve it, not just solve one, the other partner do the other. Okay? Solve both of them. Make sure you find the measure indicated. Okay? I will give you 2 minutes. So stop after 10. Stop after 10. You're finding the measure of U in angle CDE.
First, we need to find the measure of x.
Oh, what the?
First, we need to find x. So we have 9x.
Oh yeah, U and W are not congruent.
So you have to find plus 13. You need to find x. And do
Yeah.
minus 8x minus 8x. X plus 4 equals 13.
You got to figure that out. Yeah.
Okay, so the angle bisector, right?
Yeah.
9 plus 5x equals 7x.
How do you solve it? How do you do it?
Pay attention to 9. 9's going to be a little different.
I didn't do that.
Could you do me a favor and sit by Rocco so everyone has a partner? And you guys can talk about what you got.
So would these two be equal, or would these two be equal?
Which ones do you think?
I don't know, these.
Not U and W. It's the two angles that are like in between the two different types of congruent sides. Okay, so it's V and then X. So if those are equal, how do you set it up to solve for X?
9x plus 4 equals.
Yeah, equals 8x plus 13.
So is this right? Let's plug that back in.
You don't have to do that. You know it's an angle bisector. So if you just find one, you can just times it by 2.
Genius.
So 49 times 2.
Yeah. Number 9. Is this an angle bisector? Yeah. So just these equal each other.
But we're trying to find the whole angle though.
I know, but you got to find x first.
Wait, and then what do you do?
So how do you set it up to solve for x? Yeah, you need to set them equal to each other. And then just plug x in. Now plug x in because you got to find C, D, E. Just plug it into one of them. Not both. Just do one. Because you know they're equal to each other. So what?
49.
Yeah, so if this is 49, what's this angle?
49.
So if you're finding the whole thing, you just do,
What?
if this is 49, this is 49, what's the whole angle?
Add them?
Yeah.
Which means that this is 55.
I've been studying for a while in non-government or like anything. I'm gonna figure it out. I've done one slide at least.
Okay, let's listen up. Adam, why?
7. I'm like slide 7. I was like 1.
Turn around. Turn around. Work with Crocker. Okay. Let's talk about these two. Okay. On number 9, what two angles are going to be congruent to each other? Yeah, angle V and angle X. If those equal each other, how do I set this up in order to solve for X? Oops, I don't know why I put plus. That's supposed to be an equal. Equals 8x plus 13. Okay? And then you set it up to solve, so I would subtract my 4 over, subtract my 8 over. Okay? And then I get x equals 9. Okay? I need to find angle U though. So I have to plug in this 9 into one of the equations. I'll plug it in here. So I have 9 times 9 plus 4. What's 9 times 9? Plus 4. What's 81 plus 4? 85. So if this angle is 85, what's this angle of x? Okay, and then I need to add all those together, okay, and subtract it from what? 360. So what do we get for angle U? 90.
Do you have like the answers with you or do you just
I mean, I just solve them so I know, but I actually have them right here. But typically, I just trust you guys.
I wouldn't, but okay.
No, I know. Okay, let's look at 10. 10. It was 90. On this one, is this an angle bisector? It is, okay? So then how do I set this up in order to solve for x?
Wow, you guys really can sing.
I don't know.
He's going good today. Let him run.
Give me a break. Okay, so you solve it, x. Yeah, it's going to be x equals 8, okay? But that should have been 2x equals 16. Now, we need to find, all right, listen, I need your guys' attention, okay? When we solve this, we need to find the whole angle of CD, or CDE, okay? So, I got to plug it into one of them, all right? So, when I plug it into 9 plus 5 times 8, what do we get?
7.
No. If this is 49, what's my other angle? 49. So in order to find the whole angle, what do? Adam, you should get 98. Okay? Now, here's what I need you to do. Just get up, sit with the new partner, and do 11 and 12. Just turn around. One of you work with Ellie, one of you work with Chandler. I should have just assigned you guys new partners.
Wait a minute. Oh wait, they're equal.
All right, just do it. $11 and $12. AJ, we are on the second page of these kites. Could you help AJ with what he's missed? That's what we're working on. Maddie will help you. Can you just teach them the premise, and then you can solve a couple, AJ, and then you'll be able to catch up.
I can't do that. I'm just gonna
You can do 11. Look at the symbols.
look at the symbols. Is it not
Don't call me
just
that.
the congruence? Is it
Yeah, the
not
congruent
just-
symbol. So what does congruent mean?
So is it not just that? I don't know how to.
No. So what two sides are congruent?
Two sides are congruent. WX and UX.
Yeah, so if they're congruent, how do you solve for x? Yeah, you just equal them. You're thinking too hard. Are you good? What happened? Which one are we working on?
Times 15 plus 10. Why just solve it? Wait, I should.
How'd you get 60? Yeah, you should have subtracted. Yeah. Just work. They're working. With this partner, just go ahead. Work on 13 through 16 as well if you already finished.
You got that.
Okay, I'll do 13, 15. You do.
If you got questions, raise your hand. Okay, and then they will work on homework next.